Hello and welcome again to today's Facecast. We're in the New Testament again, the letter to the Colossians. Colossae was a city in Asia Minor that Paul had visited and taken the good news to, and he comes back to them with a letter explaining, expounding the way of Jesus. And our reading today is from Colossians chapter 3, verse 1. Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Since then, he says, so he's been explaining the first bit, who they are and what's happened. They have been raised with Christ. They were once part of the kingdom of darkness. They would be prone to death and that would be it. Now, even though they die, they will live again forever in heaven. That's the big difference. That's because of Jesus. Since then, so he's already explained these things to them, and now he's pointing out the benefits of that. Since then, you have been raised with Christ. Your earthly body will die at its given time. We all wear out at some point. Since then, since we have died, but we've been raised with Christ spiritually, to get our head around that, it's quite difficult sometimes. To die, yet to live, but to live on spiritually. Since you have been raised with Christ, think about those things while you're alive. Set your hearts on things above. That is, set your hearts on the spiritual aspect of life, what you will inherit after death on earth. Set your hearts on life in heaven with your loved ones forever. The joyous reunion with those that you have known on earth, the joyous reunion with Jesus himself as we live in this place called heaven, whatever and however that may look. We don't know. We're not meant to know. We are meant to have faith that we will be there and enjoy that at some point. Since then you have been raised with Christ. Set your hearts on things above that which you have at the moment, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. So we are going to be with and enjoy a relationship and a reunion with Jesus. And that's the thing we should set our hearts on, we should look to, we should consider, should think about, because that will sustain us and motivate us through this life. You see how that works? It's not the things of this life that should maintain us and inspire us. It's not just the things that we might get or do or say or have. It's not all of those consumer things. They're not important. It's not positions or status that we attain. That's part and parcel of this life, but it's not the most important. The important thing is that which is above. It's this Christian life that we can live through Jesus, our Saviour. If we set our sights on that, then we might be his representatives on earth. That's how the deal works, putting it in those crude terms. Following Jesus, looking to him, receiving love and affirmation from him gives us faith, trusting without fully knowing in him. Then we can live our lives as an example to others. That's what St. Paul was, that's what Peter was, and the other apostles, the other disciples. They were an example to other people, and in doing so they spread the word about Jesus. It's our calling, it's our part of the relationship we have, is to follow him and spread the word about him, to keep him alive in people's minds. It might seem to be a daunting prospect, especially when we're in lockdown and things are difficult and we can't really talk to anybody. Well, actually, you could sit down and write a letter to someone, couldn't you? Dear Joe, I just wanted to tell you, in case I haven't for a long time, how important Jesus is to me. Dear Mary, it's been ages since we've talked. I'm wondering how you're getting on. Do you share my Christian faith? This is how important it is to me. It's not going to do any harm, is it? Sharing the Christian faith with someone might just inspire them to pick up the Bible and read it for themselves. Have a great day. See you soon.